Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. In today's video, we're going to take a look at some Ripple versus SEC updates with Johnny Deaton in the class action lawsuit and kind of what's going on in that regard. We're going to take a look at this Kathy Wood's ARK and 21 shares refile for spot Bitcoin ETF. So we know we've been waiting for a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States for some years now. And then we're also going to take a look at some updates in regard of, the Terra, the redistribution or the revitalization of the Terra Luna Foundation with Terra 2.0. So coming over here to CoinGecko, we're currently sitting at a $1.28 trillion market cap, currently down 3.2% for the day. So we did take a dive today. If we come in here and look at Bitcoin in a 24-hour period, it shows us that, we were ranging from, in the mid to high 29s, and we dipped all the way back down to 28, just above 28,250. So the market was hit with a little bit of turmoil. So all coins had followed as well. XRP, I think, went as low as like 38 cents or just at 38 cents. Ethereum sitting at 18.28. If we look at the 24-hour gainers, see if we have anything, chains at 9.2, CELOs at 7.7, Sandbox 0.8. So really small gains. A lot of uncertainty still in the markets. If we look at this Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 12. There's just a lot of different things going on. There's been conversations about, we have, they call it Summer of Hell. Obviously, we had, there have been conversations of major death crosses happening and just a lot of geopolitical stuff and stuff that's going on in the United States with Jerome Powell and the Fed and inflation, just a lot of negative narratives, a lot of stuff with, UST depegging and the Luna Foundation going to zero, and just so much negativity that's been forcing this market further down. And it's not just our market, it's other markets as well. Coming over here to the topics of discussion, I wanted to cover this one from Crypto Law US. This is Johnny Deaton's platform here, and he says, how did this happen? The evidence has been referred by Empower Oversight and Jason Foster. Now the SEC OIG needs to act, connect to Congress, and demand the support of an investigation. So before I play this video, he says this is inspired by 47,918 messages sent via Connect to Congress and the more than 25,000 international XRP holders who have signed the petition, and by the efforts of the XRP internet sleuths, I released this new Crypto Law US video highlighting the need to investigate. So need to investigate, him and kind of what's been going on behind this ETH Scandal and Ethereum Free Pass speech. So let's take a listen into this. It's amazing.
In 2017, when William Hinman was named Director of Corporation Finance at the SEC, he fought behind the scenes while in office to keep getting millions of dollars in payments from his old law firm, Simpson Thacher. Hinman was warned repeatedly that this meant if he did anything as a public official that affected Simpson Thacher, he'd be breaking the law. Simpson Thacher joined the enterprise Ethereum Alliance, a group with the sole mission to promote Ethereum, while paying Hinman millions. In 2018, Hinman gave a high-profile speech declaring that Ethereum's digital token, Ether, is not a security.
We believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
The price of Ether immediately took off.
That was after the comments by the SEC. So interesting market action there, right? Whoa.
Did William Hinman break the law? Federal rules say that even the appearance of a conflict is a serious violation by public officials. How did this happen? Why was Hinman allowed to promote Ether in a speech given his financial conflicts? And how did a speech involving so much of the SEC staff that was certain to move the crypto markets fail to be screened for conflicts that would have been found with a single Google search? The crypto markets are in turmoil, and investors don't feel protected. How can we have confidence in the SEC if conflicts of interest are left unchecked? It's time for an investigation. A watchdog organization, Empower Oversight, has sent a formal referral of evidence on Hinman to the SEC's Inspector General. Now they need to act. Only Congress has oversight on the SEC. Demand your lawmakers support an investigation.
It's a great video there, a very concise and to the point that shows a lot of power behind what, the Twitter sleuth, the Empower Oversight and Jason Foster, Johnny Deaton in a class action lawsuit, and, the members of the XRP community has literally compiled all this information and trying to really get our voices heard out there in regards of, us being harmed by kind of what's been going on in these wrongdoings with these backdoor, deals that's been happening. So that's absolutely amazing. I want to thank Johnny Deaton and Crypto Law US and Empower Oversight and Jason Foster for all the hard work and all the Twitter sleuths and YouTubers that are out there really trying to spread the word of this stuff, because this is crazy. Moving on here, Johnny Deaton says, I made clear that if the SEC had sued Vitalik Buterin and Ethereum or Joseph Lubin with consensus or the Ethereum Foundation claiming today's ETH is a security, I would have done the same thing I've done regarding XRP. Vitalik called it decentralized in 2013, let alone today's XRP. So I think, is this, what does he say here? It says, I think you want to use XRP. The chart for XRP to XRP would look the same. So it's also sound money, but they have institutional adoption and partnerships. So they are better. And then what's this one here? It says, introducing Ripple. Back in 2013, it says, meet the latest digital currency, Ripple XRP, a detailed look at cryptocurrencies, new kid on the block. I 100% agree. I think if the roles were flipped, I think Johnny Deaton would have taken the same. I mean, he's proven himself in every way, doing this for nothing, doing this out of kindness of his heart, because he sees there was wrongdoings that was happening. So I can definitely see him, flipping the script if the roles were flipped. So just what a great guy. We're very lucky to have him on our side and to be that voice and that beacon of light for us as XRP and Ripple holders and investors. Coming over here, this is from Digital Asset Investor. He says, I agree with Hezra Pierce 100%. The Ethereum disguised wells from the ICO are still unknown. The SEC allowed the issuance of hundreds of fraudulent ICOs on ETH, but never went after the root of cause, Ethereum. When Ethereum lawsuit, Gary Gensler, she deserves some sleep. So let's take a listen into this really quick.
Keeps you up at night when you think about cryptocurrency and the way that it's going in the U.S.?
Well, I mean, one thing does concern me is what concerns others, that there's a lot of fraud in this space because it's an area that it's the hot area of the moment. So the fraud concerns me.
ICOs are fraud, speculative, and speculation drives innovation. So they're very important in creating foundational infrastructure.
A person can buy from any number of different identities. We may limit the size, the unit size of a sale, just to make it easier to disguise. Let's say if you're a whale and you want some privacy, you can buy 50,000 units and so nobody scares people with an enormous initial purchase.
Long story short, if you've been following, Digital Asset Investor or the case in general, or been a part of the XRP community, following this channel, you know all about this disguised well speech that he was given, pretty much saying that you can create multiple emails and have pseudonyms and purchase smaller amounts so you can be disguised and untraceable. And, no one's investigating this. No one's going after, Joe Lubin or Consensus or Ethereum. No one knows who the disguised wells are. And this is the reality that we're living in the United States. It's crazy. And it's just in the crypto market in general, it's crazy. Leonidas had put this up. I wonder in which digital assets the independent expert witness is invested in. So he's clicking this, and this is Pat Duty. This is the person that's supposed to be the expert witness on SEC's behalf in regards of speaking on why XRP investors invested in XRP, so-called, trying to portray the fact that, they invested in XRP knowing the ties to Ripple and based on the efforts of Ripple's back to increase the profitability of their asset in XRP, which is crazy. But he put this up and underlined this, and his key qualifications and experiences in his resume says 3 years of experience investing in digital assets on spot and future markets. I guess the digital asset investor had tried to do some kind of like little research into Integra, but he didn't find anything. I don't think he found anything like truly specific, but he was saying that he didn't really see anything negative or against Ethereum, but there were some other stuff, other digital assets that they were kind of like negative against. So I guess that kind of shows, kind of on top of all the other stuff we know in regards of the money that duties have received and has been funded by the SEC, and just all the other stuff that the Twitter sleuths and the community members have been servicing about this gentleman here. So moving on here, Johnny Deaton says he's referring to This gentleman here from JP Morgan, remember we just talked about this in our recent video, how now they're saying they prefer crypto over other assets, and they're talking about like real estate and stuff. And he goes, didn't the guy in the picture call Bitcoin a fraud? Oh wait, he wanted to drive prices down to buy. Now digital assets are better than real estate. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's quite evident, and it's been proven time and time again. And years ago, even when this was happening, that they were just trying to push this narrative and push the prices down so they can further accumulate. Speaking of Bitcoin, it says breaking. This is from Bitcoin Archive. Breaking: Kathy Wood's ARK has filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF. So obviously, we've been talking about on this channel. We've been waiting years for a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States. It says Kathy Wood's ARK and 21 shares refiled for spot Bitcoin ETF. The U.S. SEC rejected the application for ARK's 21 shares Bitcoin ETF in early April and has not approved a spot Bitcoin ETF so far. So obviously we have futures Bitcoin ETF, but there's no spot. And the conversations that I've been hearing, and based on people that really are into tracking who's going to get the spot Bitcoin ETF and yada yada yada, when's the SEC going to approve, I think there's been a lot of conversation about Grayscale actually being probably the player to actually get the first spot Bitcoin ETF. So time will tell. I definitely anticipate it happening sooner rather than later, but who knows? I mean, we've been talking about, oh, we're going to get a spot Bitcoin ETF for some time now. So I'm definitely not going to hold my breath, but it would be a breath of fresh air when it happens. Ending on this is from Fatman Terra. It says, I received word from a verified source at a top law firm in the U.S. that class actions are being prepared against Binance, Gemini, Kraken, and Coinbase under the Securities Act for the sale of UST and Luna to U.S. customers. They are looking to file within 10 weeks. He says, minor addendum. I used the wrong legal term here. The correct term for the most likely type of action being filed is mass arbitration, although class actions are also being considered. So coming over here, remember I was telling you we're going to try to keep an update on kind of what's going on with this, Terra, community, and how are they going to try to revitalize and make their community whole again. And there's been some updates here. It says exchanges backed Terra 2.0. So they're going to be releasing a Terra 2.0 revival plan via airdrops, listing, buyback, and burning. It says Mexi Global has pledged to carry out a month-long buyback and burn to reduce the circulating supply of the old Terra markets. So coming down here, it says the fall of Terra shook the entire crypto market. However, the project has no plans to stay down, having secured backing from crypto exchanges to help rebuild. In an announcement on Thursday, Terra provided details on an upcoming airdrop of the new native token for its new blockchain dubbed Terra 2.0. The distribution of the tokens will proceed on Friday, and the holders of Terra Luna Classic, or LUNC, Terra USD Classic, USTC, and Anchor Protocol UST, AUST, who are eligible will receive new tokens. Crypto exchanges Binance and FTX noted that they are working closely with Terra team regarding the upcoming airdrop. Binance stated that it aims to help affected users on the platform by helping Terra with the recovery plan. FTX announced that it will support the airdrop and temporarily halt Luna and UST markets during the migration. The Terra team said that in addition to Binance and FTX, it is also working closely with more partner exchanges that will support the airdrop. Apart from the airdrop, many crypto exchanges like KuCoin also expressed support for Terra 2.0 by supporting the migration, listing, and trading on the new Terra tokens on their platform. However, not all exchanges are eager to list new tokens. In a statement, a spokesperson for crypto exchange BitMEX told Cointelegraph there are currently no plans to list new Terra tokens. They explained, quote, we list tokens for spot trading based on numerous factors, including we have a custody solution for that particular token. As such, we have no plans at this stage to list Luna for spot. So long story short, it sounds like Do Kwon and the Terra, the Terra team, they're trying to, make things right and trying to so-called revive, or revitalize this community through Terra 2.0. So we're just going to keep tabs on it and see what happens. I hope, they do, make something out of this devastation and really try to, make their community whole again. But that's the kind of the update that's going on right now. We're still sitting at a 1.28 trillion dollar market cap. So we're still super early. Okay, I know there's a lot of a lot of red and blood out there in the streets and a lot of negativity. We're still super early in this this technology in this market. Okay, with all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.